local Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have a big night of action coming your way, and it's all brought to you by Don King Productions in association with Lion Promotions. Main events, the Mandalay Bay and Budweiser, the undisputed king of beers. Tonight's bouts are sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Our official timekeepers at the bell, also keeping count of the knockdowns appointed. We have Al Bisick and Jane Broadfoot. At this time, we introduce to you our three judges scoring them out from ringside, all of them from Las Vegas, Nevada. Dwayne Ford, Dalby Shirley, and Glenn Trowbridge. The third man of the ring, our referee in charge of this bout, Kenny Bayless. All right, fans, here we go with a women's welterweight special attraction scheduled for 10 two-minute rounds of boxing. Presenting to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing black trunks with snow leopard trim, hailing from Austin, Texas. She weighed in at 146 pounds. Her record stands at 14 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, with 6 wins coming by way of knockout. She holds the WIBF Welterweight Championship belt. Introducing Lisa Holewyne. And her opponent across the ring, ready to fight on my right out of the red corner, entering the ring wearing her pink trunks with white trim, also trimmed with the American flag. Now fighting out of Orlando, Florida by way of West Virginia. She weighed in at a ready 144 pounds. With a record of 43 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, she has 31 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome women's boxing sensation, the WBC and WBA women's champion, known as the coal miner's daughter, introducing Christy Martin. Once again, a referee in charge, Kenny Bayless, now to give instructions.
Okay, ladies, the trunks are good here, and the trunks are also good here. We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times, keep the fight clean at all times, and again, what I say, you must obey. Touch gloves. Touch gloves, ladies.
All right.
Round 1 begins, and for Christy Martin, the challenge is how to break down a taller and seemingly stronger fighter. And George, Christy's edge often is that she has very good technique and punches well.
Well, she's just like the book teaches you. She's got her hands up because she doesn't have to drop her hands to throw shots. And that's the disadvantage for the taller opponent. Her hands are just low enough to get in with high left hooks above her head. Lisa.
But Christy was nailed with a left hook very early in the round, and she regrouped.
When you are the shorter opponent, you try to make yourself even shorter. Make the taller person reach down, drop your hands so that you can hit them. Lisa's got the better reach now. If she decides to use it, she can make a good fight out of this.
Holewyne with a little right hand inside that landed flush. Christy Martin with a lengthy right hand over the top. Holewyne fights with a little grin on her face, as if to say, I'm very confident in what I'm doing. So far, she seems quite content to sit back and let Christy Martin come to her.
Good. She got good balance, although she uses her left foot as the pivot. And that's when you can get caught by the shorter opponent. You got to make sure that right foot move out of the way.
Hard right hand landed for Martin, and another Christy Martin right hand shot on the nose. Holewyne able to take the punch as well, coming back with a right hand of her own.
Holewyne's going to have to be able to use the reach and get that left foot out of the way because that's where the body is.
Holewyne with a 1-2. Christy Martin snaps back with a right hand and lands yet another right cross as Holewyne drops her left.
Come on, sit down. Yes, sir.
Messing on my nose with my cup.
Okay, you can. Okay. rushing in with your jab, okay? Look at me. You're rushing in with your jab. Give me some short right hand, left hook, right hand, okay?
You get deep back. Christy, you're around. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. When we first say jab, don't do it right. You don't do it one right. She knows you're coming in.
Take that deep breath again now.
Good. There you go. You took her best right hand she had.
See the right hand by Christy Martin. Lisa Holewyne said that one of the things she likes about boxing, George, is that there are immediate consequences. You drop your hands, you get hit.
The sad thing about it, her hands pretty much got to stay down because her opponents get lower and lower. Christy Martin keeps her hands up.
Big left hook by Martin. Holewyne was trying to throw right, and Christy Martin nailed her through the opening with the left hook.
Christy just starts throwing shots. She starts low and finish on top, just the way a trainer teaches you. She smells a knockout now, Christy Martin does.
She wobbled Holewyne with that one big shot, and now looks for a chance to fire through another opening. Holewyne, still learning the sport by her own admission, has a habit of dropping her hands.
Remember, her hands aren't being necessarily dropped. She's just reaching down.
Wants to be an offensive fighter.
And you just gotta keep your hands low in order to get the target. You can't throw from up by your eyes as if you were shorter. Oh, Christy Martin bangs around the body. Bangs around the body.
Martin looking at the body and landing a right cross upstairs. Holewyne pretty strong, but she's taking some big shots.
Well, what separates Christy Martin from most other women fighters is that she really knows how to put punches together, throws beautiful combinations.
What's really bad, though, she has so much experience. She's always in tough fights, but she's getting hit a lot also.
Well, that's her style, and it's gotten her to this place where she makes by far the bigger bucks of any other women athlete.
Woman boxer.
Women boxer, I should say.
Better get another style other than getting hit.
Round two, another round in which Christy Martin's superior command of the craft of boxing was the difference between herself and Lisa Holewyne.
Okay, you're just waiting for you. Waiting. Working to the jab, okay? Okay, working to the jab.
You throw your jab first.
Yeah, be first. No, chilling out. Right uppercut, left hook. Straight right.
Jab high.
Okay.
Power jab, Christy.
Put a
Twice
show
you almost
on.
faded, okay?
I think you got to jab a little bit more, Christy. Eh? Don't think
Good
about
turn,
it.
good
Just
turn.
do it.
They're going to have her come out bombing the right hand, so you got to jab and turn her, okay? How's your air? Good. Here we go.
Right, followed by a left, followed by another right, and she's still looking to land more.
A good look at the Strip in Las Vegas on this crystal clear, chilly night. Huge weekend here in Las Vegas. The end of the Comdex Personal Computer Convention, which is the largest business event of the year. Heavyweight championship fight. There's a huge concert here this weekend, which we'll mention later on.
You know, we've very rarely seen fighters out of Austin. And now we've had fighters out of Austin 2 weeks in a row, Jim.
Let's get this tape off.
Jesus Chavez last week against Floyd Mayweather Jr.
And get that grease off there,
And
too.
now Lisa Holewyne.
Okay, get this tape. Grease. All right. Good.
This
All right,
rest
time in.
benefit Lisa.
Who's been under pressure by Christy from the beginning. Fight is scheduled for 10 rounds. Holewyne has been 10 rounds 3 times. She says the first time she had to go 10 rounds against a fighter named Leah Mellinger, that's the night she learned that she had not paid sufficient attention to learning how to box. Hired another trainer after that.
There you go.
Good short right hand by Lisa Holewyne.
That's why I can't understand a girl with 43 boxing matches like this get hit so much with lesser experienced fighters.
And Christy Martin does get hit a lot.
It's just not good. If she want to win, Lisa's got this big jab, but she should aim it down for the chest of her shorter opponent. Never aim at the opponent's head. It's a hard reach.
Christy Martin with a solid jab as Holewyne tried to step in. Now Martin lands another right hand over the top, comes back with a left hook, begins to punish Holewyne with power punches one more time. Christy Martin, as George Foreman mentioned, 43 wins in the ring, 2 losses, 2 draws, 47 fights, by far more experience than any other opponent she'll come up against, and there's a crunching right hand.
That was a good punishing right hand to the body by Christy Martin. She's a puncher.
She's a crunching puncher.
Ooh, body shot.
Another right hand to the body. A lot of women just never learn to go to the body. We've seen that in women's boxing.
She's learned well.
Well, she's a very good offensive fighter, but you pinpointed the exact point about Christy Martin, which is for such a good offensive fighter with so much craft, she does get hit a lot.
And let me tell you, those punches, someone can hit you and you won't recover.
As you view these scenes of Las Vegas tonight, Sanyo and the crew of the Sanyo Lightship are proud to be a part of tonight's telecast, reminding you that for total technology, people look up to Sanyo. See that? People look up to Sanyo, George. Brilliantly written, wasn't it? That's why they got the blimp, so that people could look up to them.
There you are.
Christy Martin, an aggressive fighter. She sees the opening with her opponent holding her hands high and goes for the body.
Those hurt.
That was 2 different body shots. It looked like the same punch, but that was a repeat act.
Those are the kind you don't want to be hit with.
I have a question. If a woman fighter is brought in as an opponent, which I'm not saying that Lisa Holewyne is.
Holewyne.
Holewyne. Thank you, Jim. Holewyne. Does that give a new definition to the old boxing term tomato can?
Well, this isn't a tomato can, this girl. Lisa's got the stuff. Must be a can of grapes. No.
Harold, which tomato do you have leading the fight so far?
Jim, I'll tell you, I was always impressed by Christy Martin's punching power. You know, when I talk about clean, effective punching, she's the epitome of clean, effective punching. She takes one step to the side, let's go with that left hook, comes back with a right hand behind it, half the time the other girl's head spins. So 3-0, 30-27, Christy Martin based mostly on clean, effective punching.
Yep, and just to underline the point we've made before, right there in that exchange, Christy got hit with a straight right hand counter in the middle of the action, and Holewyne was able to catch her right on the button. Because Christy's so anxious to throw, such an offensively oriented fighter, that she commits to her punches and leaves openings for the opponent.
And you got to understand, she's not that tall, so she has to deal with what she has to deal with.
Look at Christy dip down, come back up, land the 1-2, slip another punch, another combination. Christy Martin is a textbook where women's boxing is concerned.
I was about to say that Lisa had already started to readjust her jab going to Christy Martin's chest so that she could even hit her face. There you go. Double hook by Lisa.
Holewyne, yep. Lisa Holewyne with a good combo of her own.
Holewyne's got hooks.
You know,
I'd seen a good jab, but now she has a good hook, she's showing.
You know, Holewyne does not throw all of her punches correctly. She's obviously nowhere near as schooled as Christy Martin, but you can see her athletic ability.
And her strength.
And her intuitions as an athlete rather than as a fighter.
I'm sorry, Larry, she has some skills too.
And her strong legs make her very stable in the ring.
I would have been afraid by now.
4 in the bag.
There's another woman fighter of note, Mia St. John, whose unbeaten record was eliminated last week when she was an upset knockout victim last Friday night. So that temporarily derails Mia's attempt to get on the dance card of Christy Martin and make some big bucks.
I'm not sure about that, Jim. It might put her on the dance card.
It might enhance her chances, huh? Should have observed that political possibility.
After you finish throwing your combination, that's all. Don't stand up straight. Here we go, Joe.
Christy Martin landing more than half her power shots.
Don't stand up straight here.
If you bend, she ain't gonna hurt. So let's use your jab more.
Round 5 of a scheduled 10 between Christy Martin in the pink and Lisa Holewyne in the black.
Lisa's starting to get into a jabbing contest, and let me tell you, Christy Martin can't live in that jab. She can't jab with Lisa.
As Lisa is the longer, stronger fighter.
And she's strong with that jab. When it comes out, she has some body behind it. You want to bob and weave if you're Christy Martin. Just keep your movement, your head movement going. Throw your shot from movement.
Little grin returns to Holewyne's face. She's getting more and more comfortable countering Christy's power shots inside.
It's looking good for Lisa Holewyne. Holewyne.
Looks like some blood on Christy
Look at that
Martin.
stiff left jab by Holewyne.
There's blood on her forehead, but I think it's her nose that's actually bleeding.
Another counter left inside by Holewyne, and another as Christy keeps reaching with the right hand that was so successful earlier, and now Holewyne is beginning to counter it effectively time after time with the left inside.
That's got to be pretty discouraging. You hit someone like Christy Martin with your best shot, and she comes right back and hits you.
We looked at the 7 losses on Holewyne's record and thought to ourselves, well, perhaps Christy is being matched against somebody that she'll beat easily, but Christy Martin's manager and trainer and husband, Jim Martin, said, no, this gal is a tough opponent. She's got a big right hand and she can fight, and it looks to us like Martin was right.
She tore her up that round. Lisa did.
So the momentum of the bout begins to switch in favor of the lesser known of the two women, Lisa Holewyne.
Once you go to the ropes, let's forget about her head. Let's go to the body. Go to the body. She's there to be hit. Okay? She's starting to bust up. Okay? Her nose is bleeding already. Okay?
Her nose bleed.
I want you to weight on that front foot. You don't have the weight on that front foot like you did first 3 or 4 rounds, okay? And sit in that right hand. Sit a straight right hand up.
Okay.
Watch Lisa Holewyne countering Martin. A little ragged here.
CompuBox numbers in round 5. For the first time, Holewyne had the edge in power connects, connecting on 9 power shots to 7 for Christy Martin. So Holewyne begins to fight with a little more confidence now as we enter the second half of the fight.
She starts to stand her ground. She doesn't reach out.
And there's an abrasion under the left eye of Christy Martin.
Stop. Keep them in front, Christy. Keep them in front.
It looks like she's got a shiner under that eye, actually.
Yep.
Look at that jab. When she pushes up right foot right into that, when she throws that jab, Lisa does.
That time it was Martin who stepped in and beat Lisa to the punch with the left hook. Slinging the right hand over the top is Martin as Holewyne slows down for a moment, looks for another opportunity, and now tries to counter Christy inside again.
Holewyne want to win this fight. She better step up the pace. Start adding some more shots.
Keep up the pressure she created in round 5.
That's right, because Christy Martin got a hit on the first 3 rounds. It'd be hard to overtake her just playing around with her. Ooh, that right hand by Lisa Holewyne.
Christy Martin coming back with offense, as is her instinct. Another hard body shot by Martin with the right hand.
That's the good thing about Martin. She's been able to land a lot of body shots, and that's going to help her down the stretch.
Trying to take some of the starch out of Holewyne's punching power.
Break, step back, ladies. Come on, here we go.
Christy Martin's right hands are starting to get sort of roundhouse type. Lost the straightness of it.
Christy, she's almost quitting on her own. Yep. Sorry, Miguel. Doing what you're doing. Use the speed, use some jabs. Yep. Good weight on your foot.
Your
You stay
nose
low.
is not
You stay
bleeding no
low.
more. I didn't even have to put the goddamn thing. I'm gonna put it just a precautionary. That's all.
Christy,
Thank you, man.
stay low just
Deeper,
like you did
deeper,
with
big
Jimmy.
ones, big ones. Come on.
On the way.
Go up there and come back on 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to pick it up.
Yes, sir.
Forget all the smiling at her and stuff.
Yeah.
Start throwing
Been on
punches.
there but once, damn it.
This doesn't mean nothing. Come on, listen. You
Get
got to
your hair
pick it
in
up.
my face. Let's go.
You can win the fight right now. You got to
I'm
get over
going.
the
I'm
fight.
going, guys.
You want it? Let's go. You got it, Lisa. You got everything. You got the talent. So let's ditch it out now. Bring it out of your heart.
Go.
Come on. Bring it out of your heart.
Round 6 was a rally round for Christy Martin. Having had a tough time in round 5, Martin stepped up the pace in round 6 and landed 24 punches by CompuBox numbers to only 7 for Holewyne. So let's see how Harold Letterman has it scored through 6.
Okay, Jim. I still got it 6-0, 60-54, Christy Martin. Round 5, obviously very, very close. The difference is when Christy lands, Lisa's head spins. You see that rotation to the side. And the judges see this. You can't miss it. The woman just hit so hard. She keeps knocking her head back, or Lisa's head just snaps to the side violently. So 6-0, 60-54, Christy Martin based on the harder shots.
I got a feeling if judges were looking for a round to give to Holewyne, they would certainly have given her the 5th.
Without question, Jim, that was the close one in the fight.
Yep, and judges sometimes look to give a round to the fighter who has not won one so far. So here we are in the 7th of a scheduled 10, and Christy Martin, who reassumed control of the action in the 6th, will try to maintain it here. Incidentally, I'm sure you've noticed these were 2-minute rounds only.
You know, when Lisa went to her corner, her corner kind of messed her up a little bit. Should have been encouraging and starting to tell her what she was doing, and she got upset about it. It takes 2 or 3 minutes to get yourself together when your corner bugged you like that.
That's right. Her trainer told her not to smile at Martin anymore.
I mean, they should have just told her, look, you're doing good. Keep the pressure on. You don't want to discourage her. She had to fight for herself, and that's what you got to do sometimes. Fight. Tell them to be quiet.
There's a 1-2 by Holewyne. Christy comes right back, as is her instinct. She's one of those retaliatory fighters. If you get to her, she's coming. And there's a 1-2 by Christy Martin. Competitive instinct.
So long for this. You letting it go, Lisa?
That was smart that you let her come in and counter. That was good.
You're waiting too much.
You're going to get the
just
hair
go.
in my eyes, please.
Just go out there and let the punches fly.
Off balance. Breathe deep. Get you to the rest of it. Thank you.
3 rounds.
4 rounds. 8 rounds.
Water on my face, head.
Okay.
I got it.
Christy, breathe deep. Don't let her see you. Let her see you. When she comes to you, don't go against the rope. Do what you did. Just turn her.
One good combination in this round by Holewyne. Right there. Drove Martin back, but not enough to win the round.
She has the better power. Lisa does.
Martin has the greater consistency and the greater command of the craft.
That's true.
It's her footwork, Jim. She's always in position with her feet to punch.
CompuBox numbers in round 7. Christy Martin landing 15 punches out of 40. Holewyne 6 out of 34. Probably not enough to get the judges on her side. As we go to the late rounds, you speculate that Lisa Holewyne probably needs a knockout to win.
And she can get a knockout if she just put 3 or 4 of those shots together, Lisa. Well, those body shots from Christy Martin is not going to help her.
Thumbs up, ladies.
George. You're just rooting for another Texan to put it together.
Texas, Texas.
Lisa only had an uppercut in her repertoire. Throw a jab and come back with 2 shots underneath. Things can change, but she tries her straight shots after the left. There you go. Only a little further up. Christy Martin is as tough as they come.
And brave. You know, totally brave.
Matador.
She
She
gets
steps
whacked
right there.
inside and she steps right up in there again.
See, if those punches were underneath, she'd have this girl on the canvas, Lisa would.
Well, it's one of the last punches you learn, the uppercut, right?
But you see a person is smaller and shorter than you must decide to throw those uppercuts.
Big right hand by Martin over the top. Holewyne takes it, comes back with straight shots of her own. Another competitive round in the 8th round, and Holewyne pounds her own chest.
You know, you got to knock her out. You know, you got to knock her out.
Let it go, Lisa. Let it go, Lisa.
Touch her downstairs, then come up.
That's beautiful. Beautiful work right there now. Give me some more. Simple like that. Simple like that. Give me some more. Now. Now she's falling for this. One more.
Chris, you have 4 minutes. You're in shape. You ain't lost a round. They're all yours. It's all yours. Just move your head. She has to go for Hail Mary punch. You just punch when you want to punch. That's the only way she can You can look busy and not be busy, right? Use some speed.
Just watch Martin's legs. They're split apart here, but mostly she's in perfect position to counter and to throw barrages of punches.
Good round in the 8th round by CompuBox numbers. Martin 19 out of 38, Holewyne 13 out of 36. 2 rounds to go. See if Lisa Holewyne can solve the puzzle of Christy Martin's continued balanced, effective performance.
Lisa does not look that she's that much in the experience likeness as Christy. I mean, she's showing equal ability with Christy Martin. She's not as smart. She is fighting right there like she's had 40 fights.
And both corners are seeing the same fight, as you heard between rounds. Christy Martin's corner telling her she's going to go for the Hail Mary. Be careful. Lisa Holewyne's corner telling her, go for the Hail Mary. You're behind.
Good jab by Christy Martin. That's what you got to do in the latter rounds. Use your left jab, stay out of harm's way.
Jab and move. If you can still move in the late rounds and you're leading, you have a strong advantage.
That's right. But then you got to be careful. You give the other opponent courage.
Well, I don't think Lisa Holewyne needs Christy to give her courage. She's got it in abundance coming in.
But they'll pep it up a little bit. You start moving, you give them more courage. Best keep your fight going.
Punch count dropping for both fighters here in the 9th. Christy Martin jabbing and moving.
Preserving what she knows is a big lead.
Tripling up on the jab as she moves to the left, catching Lisa Holewyne's jab with her own right hand. Good stuff from Christy Martin here in the 9th round.
I like Lisa Holewyne. I mean, she's come in here and gotten in the fight with this tough fighter and making her move out of the way. Lisa's putting the fight to her.
Good job. Missed it. 2 more minutes. Here, you can do it. She has to go for right hand, right hand, right hand. She might throw 2 in a row. Beautiful pulling back. Take that deep breath. This is your night. You got it, baby. You got what you want. Do a fighter just like you did that round. Set your punches up. Keep your chin down. She's gonna go right hand.
You got it. All right, let's go. Fuck it, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna kick her ass. I know I didn't do my job till then.
Good job. Last and final round. Touch gloves when you come out.
Mira, la bola, gancho.
sorry. I'm gonna go.
Okay, and right there inside. Work, boom, boom, boom,
All
boom.
right, I'm giving it.
Tuck the chin, man.
Yes, sir.
Tuck some more in. Tuck some more and let it go.
This is your night. 2 minutes, baby. 2 minutes.
Stand up.
Good job,
Harold,
ladies.
how do you have it going to the last round?
Okay, Jim, I still got it a shutout.
90 to 81, right? Yep.
Okay, 9 rounds to nothing. Christy Martin, hey, look, when she's got a box, she boxes beautifully, but she still is a power puncher. 9 to nothing, based mostly on clean, effective punching. Good ring generalship, too.
Lisa Holewyne's got to be very encouraged. Bring her in here just as an opponent, and she's got this tough cookie holding on.
Yeah, Lisa Holewyne was apologizing to her corner between rounds.
Break.
She should save that thought process for later.
Watch your heads now, watch your heads.
But she's absorbed some great body punching by Christy Martin. She doesn't understand why she's not effective anymore. It's those body shots.
You would say that this is a great learning experience for Holewyne, but she's already 35 years old. So she would have far preferred a winning experience.
No, I think it's the right age for women. Get everything out of the way and go box.
But Christy Martin wants to have a baby. She says she has to finish her boxing career before she can do that.
Takes a little time.
Holewyne just without enough energy in the last 2 rounds to really pressure Christy and try to score the upset.
Body punches. She was hit with hard body shots.
Part of Christy's professionalism. Oh, big right hand by Martin.
Hold it up.
Martin was able to get in some body shots early in the first 2 or 3 rounds.
Martin finishing the fight with gusto. 3 big right crosses in the last 20 seconds of the fight for the illustrious Christy Martin. And a tough game performance by an opponent who took the fight on relatively short notice, Lisa Holewyne.
Holewyne's corner had a lot to do with her lack of performing in the middle of rounds. They didn't know how to encourage her when they should have. They criticized her. She fought back in the corner and it messed up things.
Who did it?
Me.
Who?
Larry, why don't you and George give us a dissertation on Christy Martin's clean punching throughout the fight?
Well, we've been talking about her balance and her combination punching. It's rare for any prize fighter. It's more rare for women prize fighters. She really knows how to fight. And they do give her opponents that she can show off her talents on. We would love to see her fight some stiffer opposition.
Showed off her chin that time. She caught a few.
Yep. All right, let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official particulars on the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards with a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Dalby Shirley scores at 99 to 91. Judges Glenn Trowbridge and Dwayne Ford both score about 98 to 92. All 3 in favor of the winner, the coal miner's daughter, Christy Martin.
Not quite a shutout. One judge finding 1 round to give to Lisa Holewyne, and the other 2 judges finding 2 rounds apiece to give to her.
They didn't give you credit, but we
And final count.